Welcome back to the next installment of trying to make my clapped out old 90 look as good as what it sounds. Today we're focusing on the arches. Obviously there's a right and a wrong way to do things. I'm doing it the half and half way. The right way would have been to take the arches off, sand and spray. Instead I've just put newspaper. I half sanded them, wet sanded them last night in the rain, and then now we're going to give them a bit of a dry sand, 360 grit, and then we're going to try some, I don't know, budget spray paint. Everyone knows there's like Rust-Oleum and stuff which would probably work the best, but we're going to be trying this Glue Devil today. I wanted to put a primer on, but I couldn't seem to get a black primer, and I didn't trust the dark grey. As you can see, these arches have seen much better days. So yeah, for now we've put some newspaper, a bit of like cutouts here and there, just to kind of prevent as much overspray as possible. Yes, obviously it's inevitable and some thinners will fix it, but let's get down to business and see if we can make it look as good as the rest of it is. Now she's dried out a bit and the prep work is done. It's going to take me some 360 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to sand now, give it just a quick dry sand because there's a few spots that still don't feel quite smooth, and then we're going to take it from there. Obviously so it was previously painted before by yours truly with some really cheap paint, like properly China Mall level paint. I just want to make sure I get all the bits out that are not smooth enough so that it will bond nicely with the plastic. Right, let's get this done. Alright, all the arches have now been sanded. A lot smoother. No residue, wiped it down with a microfiber cloth afterwards. So let's spray, boy! So obviously I'm not going to try and spray this while holding the camera with one hand because I'm going to stuff it up, even though it is looking like a bit of a bundus job. So yeah, I'm going to spray and let you know how it goes. Right, there's the first coat. It's looking better, obviously not super dark, but already better. So now we'll just let it dry, then we'll do another coat or two, rather a couple thin coats, and see how the end result looks all in all. Okay, so there's 4 coats. Obviously there'll still be some blemishes because the arches naturally are new and they've taken a hell of a lot of damage over the years. But if we look how it looks in the sun and the shade, it's 4 coats in. So a can gave me about 10 coats worth of the arches. So I'm going to leave this to dry probably for about an hour or so. And just to really let the paint sink in before I give this a proper wash. And then we can see how everything actually turned out all in all. Then maybe you next, boy. As is expected, there's some overspray on the clear coat of the car, but that's fine. Just going to get some thinners and a rag and sort that out quick. Gonna soak this engine bay in some degreaser as well while I'm at it. There's nothing more satisfying than sometimes having a clean engine. Obviously certain things we can't clean, but also it is what it is. Let's rub this in and let it sit for a couple of minutes and make this thing look pretty at the same time, you know? There's a nice light rinse off after it's been sitting. Already looking shiny. Getting rid of all that delicious Land Rover oil that's probably been sitting there for the past week. Watering the turbo so that it's nice and happy. This is how you get an extra 20 horsepower. Paint in the arches obviously added like an extra 5 with ease. But this, this is how you add all the real horsepower. These are the secrets that the manufacturers don't want you to know. It's turbo watering. There we go. Final result not looking too bad. Much better than before. Let's see the other side. Obviously, again, not be perfect. It was a backyard job. But all in all, blemish is gone. Considering it was cheap paint, cheap labor, success.